first playoff, knew that was going to happen, but now you're in the prep for it. Just what has this week been like in that regard in terms of, you know, dialing in and preparing for one team, knowing they could go 7 games, that type of thing?
Yeah, you know, like you said, I've always been the one watching and not preparing for it. I'm sorry, but you can definitely see the difference in just practice. That the energy, the atmosphere, the focus. You know, the length of practices, everything's you know, a tad different, and I love being a part of it. And you know, gotta take it game by game. So game one's on our mind, and you know, we're preparing for that.
I think we've asked all the vets that have come down this week thus far, kind of what's it like to try to help Scoot do this and Ryan do this, like guys that have had a lot of playoff experience before. So now I guess I'll ask you, what have the vets been like to kind of help you out and help get you ready?
They've been good. I mean, they trust me. I know it's my first time, but you know, I've played in big moments and big games before, so I feel like I'm ready mentally. And you know, Dame, of course, has been, being that we're the same position, he's been like very on me about just being more solid. You know, it's going to be more physical. You know, they're not going to give you some calls, so you got to play through contact, little things like that to get ready for. And you know, we've been physical in practice, so it's been helping. It's been helping.
Why do you think things have fit so well for you here? I mean, you're coming close to the regular season, playing so well. Just why do you think it's kind of worked out as well as it has so far for you?
I think just trust, really. You know, it's hard to build trust, especially, you know, coming from a background like mine. And coming in here, it was always free. Doc and them, John, everyone here made that point to me that, you know, we don't care about what happened before. You know, you stepped in this door, so whatever happens now with us is what happens. So it's definitely been a blessing being here and feeling that, you know, I'm trustworthy.
How do you deal with the emotions, the excitement as this builds and gets closer, not knowing what it's going to be like on Saturday?
At the end of the day, it's basketball. And I feel like individually I'm very good at it. We had, you know, a great stretch to end the season, the regular season. And we feel like we're clicking on all cylinders right now. So we're confident, and we work. That's one thing about our team is we got hard workers all around across the board. You know, we trust our work and we trust each other.
People talk about how tense these playoff matchups are. And Giannis was talking about he tackled a guy his first playoff.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember that.
yeah. You're obviously an emotional player, but how do you make sure you don't go too far, but have the right amount of emotion?
Yeah, I'm hyper, you know, but at the same time I'm even keel. And I just got to channel those emotions, really. And I got BP and, you know, I got my dogs with me to make sure, you know, I'm even keel. But coming into the playoffs, that's one thing I made for myself, and the goal for myself is, you know, things are going to get heightened, but, you know, just stay composed and stay even keel. No matter if a guy try to elbow me or, you know, swing me to the ground, you know, they know what I'm about. So I don't got to prove nothing. I just got to keep hooping.
What kind of lift is it to, there's a personal level of Dame being healthy, right? Like that, this, you know, like the blood clot
Yeah.
can be life endangering. But then there's the, okay, well, there's that part of it, and then there's a basketball part.
Yeah.
So what is that, the last maybe day and a half been like in terms of hearing that news and seeing him and that kind of thing?
You know, I'm sure when everyone heard the news when it first happened, we was all like, wait, what? Because we wasn't expecting it. And that's something you don't really, you know, you can prepare for it, especially for Dame, you know, being the one. Like, I'm sure he never thought in a million years he'll be dealing with an injury, you know, that he's dealing with. And so as far as us, like, all we can do is continue to encourage him and give him life. And he's a high-spirited person already. You know, Dame's a goofball. So just seeing him around, seeing him do little by little, day by day, is definitely good for all of us, especially Dame, because we know we miss him, but we know how much, you know, he missed being on the court. So.
What was it like having him on the court today?
Oh, what? Man, like I said, just seeing little by little, day by day, gives us hope. You know, that's what it is right now. It's just hope. You know, hope that he can, you know, make a full recovery. First and foremost, personally, then, you know, for him to get back and be ready for, you know, whenever he's ready. Game 1, 2, 3, whatever. He knows how much he is, means to this team, and we know. So we'll be happy when we can get him back for sure.
Some of the guys that I see have played the Pacers like 15 times
Mhm.
in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You've only played him twice.
Yeah.
I'm curious with Halliburton. He has the high assist numbers, low turnover numbers. When you think about defending him, what are your kind of keys going into that?
I just gotta be whoever's on him. Really, we gotta defend as a team first and foremost. It's not just one-on-one, but when it is one-on-one, you gotta be mano-mano. You gotta be physical, and I think he's a very good player, but his physicality. I feel like he'll struggle with a little physicality, but just be physical with him. He's a good player at the end of the day. So you just gotta make everything tough.
As a primary ball handler, at times the turnover factor. I mean, I know you don't
Yeah.
ever want to give the ball away, but it's clearly a heightened point of emphasis this week with this team. So I guess for you, what is the thought process there, or just the is it an attention to detail thing, a little more locked in terms of not giving the ball away, particularly against this team?
Yeah, you never want to turn over the ball. You feel me? Like for me, that's the worst thing. My pettiest peeve is when I turn the ball over. So it starts with the point guards. It starts with who's initiating, making sure we get in our sets, and making sure that we're being strong with the ball. And really, it's just solid play. Trusting the rotations, trusting that guys are going to be in the right spots. Because, sometimes we blind pass, Giannis blind passes, I blind pass. And that's just us trusting our guy that he's going to be there. So just being on one accord and moving with each other when the ball moves.